My fiancé sent me a message she meant for her mom. Don't worry, once he pays off my student loans, I'll leave. I just stared at my phone. But when she showed up to my family's house weeks later, my father was the one who answered the door. I was 3 months from marrying Claire when a notification popped up on our shared tablet, a text from her phone. Her mom had texted, "Any luck getting him to talk about the loans?" Claire's reply appeared as I watched. "Not yet. He's avoiding it. But don't worry, I'll get him to agree before the wedding. Once he pays them off, I'm gone." I stared at the screen. This one sentence destroyed everything I thought I knew about our relationship. I scrolled up through months of messages. Her mother coaching every detail. "Make it about your future together. Tell him you can't feel settled until you're debt-free as a team. Cry if you have to." Claire's responses showed the depth of their scheme. "He's so focused on wedding planning. It's the perfect distraction." Her mother, "Don't feel bad. Feel smart. This is for your future, not his." The exit strategy was already planned. Stay for a year, make it look good, then say you've grown apart. By then, the loans are paid. You walk away free. I realized I'd been supporting her entire lifestyle. She lived in my house, drove my car, I paid for everything. Her gallery paycheck was just fun money while my income funded our life. My lawyer confirmed it. She has no legal claim to your assets. Your only vulnerability is voluntarily giving her money, so you're going to agree. I had to let her think she was winning. A few days later, while making dinner, I sighed dramatically. "You know, I've been thinking about what you said, about your loans, about us starting our life as a team." Her eyes went wide with fake hope. "You have? I don't want that debt hanging over us," I said. "It's my wedding gift to you. I'm going to pay them off." She burst into tears, an Oscar-worthy performance, throwing her arms around me and sobbing about how generous and wonderful I was. She immediately called her mom with the news. I could hear triumphant squeals through the phone. "There's just one thing," I added after she hung up. "I don't want to just wire the money. This is huge for us. I want to celebrate properly with both families. I'll have my bank draw up a cashier's check for the full amount and present it to you at dinner." She was ecstatic. A public ceremony of her victory was more than she'd dreamed of. The dinner was at the best restaurant in town. Claire was glowing, her mom looking triumphant. After the main course, I stood up with an envelope. "I've asked you here for a special reason," I began. "Claire, your student debt has been a burden. As my wedding gift, I'm paying it off." Everyone smiled. Claire and her mom were practically vibrating with joy. I opened the envelope, but instead of a check, I pulled out a blown-up screenshot and laid it on the table. "Don't worry, once he pays off my student loans, I'm gone." The silence was deafening. Claire's face went from radiant joy to bone-white horror in seconds. Her mother looked like she'd been slapped. My parents stared at the paper in disgust. Her father read it, and the dawning realization was painful to watch. "This was never a wedding," I said calmly. "It was a con, a very well-planned con." I pulled out copies of all their text conversations. The complete scheme laid out in black and white. I handed sets to both families. Claire started sobbing pathetically. "Mark, no, it's not what it looks like. I can explain." "There's nothing to explain," I said. "You explained it perfectly in your texts. The wedding is off. We're over." I looked at her father. "I'm sorry you had to find out your wife raised a con artist." Then I walked out, leaving them in the wreckage. The aftermath was perfect. Claire's parents had a massive fight in my parents' driveway. He blamed her for the failed plan. She blamed him for not being a better actor. Their marriage imploded over the public humiliation. Her father cut her off financially, furious at the risk she'd exposed him to. Claire is now back in her parents' war-torn house with no fiancé, no job that can cover her bills, and $150,000 in debt that will forever be entirely hers. She gambled everything on a perfect plan and lost it all.